Order, honorable senators, kindly take your seats. We proceed with today's proceedings. Now, honorable senators, before I call the first order, let me make some few remarks before I call the first order. You are all aware of the happenings that have been taking place in this country. We are all aware that because of the happenings that have been going on, we have lost Kenyans. As a House, we need to reflect on these happenings. It's a moment when, as leaders, we need to do a lot of soul searching. The many issues that have been raised, but those who've been protesting cannot be wished away. Nobody is better placed to address those issues other than the leadership, and more particularly the Senate. The Senate is the only house that goes to the grassroots. It is the only house that protects counties and their governments. It is this house, therefore, that must rise to the occasion. We have to confront the realities of today as a house, as a leadership. If there's a day that this country yearns for leadership, it is this day. Honorable senators, in memory of the departed fellow Kenyans, I'll call upon you, all of us, let us rise and observe a minute of silence. Thank you. May God rest their souls in eternal peace.
Order number 2, communication.
Fire, kindly take your seat. Do the Honorable Senator 26, the National Assembly, with amendments by the National Assembly, Appropriation number 2. Number 30 of 2023. Pursuant to statute, the Senate is required to make a determination on the National upon a motion that the amendments by the National Assembly to the number 2 bill, Senate Bill number 30 of 2023, honorable senators, as a matter of procedure, the National Assembly to the budget. Will be required amendments. Recommendation on whether the Senate adopt the National Assembly amendment. The report of the committee will facilitate the Senate in deciding on the motion referred to. With respect, therefore, the Standing Committee is hereby directed to table its report by Wednesday, the 10th of July. Kindly be guided. Again, Honourable Senators, I have a communication to make to the nomination of a person for appointment as the Director General for Health. Reference MOH/Admin/ Volume 3, 2023, dated the 21st of June 2024. Communication from the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Health, submitting the name of Omwanda as the successful candidate for the position of Director General for Health, following the exercise conducted by the Public Service Commission. Honourable Senator, the Health Act requires Parliament to vote the nominee for appointment as the Director General for Health. The said section, the Director General for Health shall be recruited by the Public Service Commission, vetted by Parliament and appointed by the Cabinet Secretary. Section 8(1) of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act states that the committee shall consider nomination and table its report in the relevant House for debate and decision within 28 days from the date on which the notification nomination was given. Now, Honourable Senators, this being a matter of immense importance in the provision of public health facilities, I hereby refer the request to of the Cabinet Secretary for Ministry of Health to the Standing Committee on Health for further processing, pursuant to Standing Order 77 of the Senate. The Standing Committee, working jointly with the relevant departmental committees of the National Assembly, will be required to consider the request, undertake approval hearing, and table a report within 28 days, pursuant to Section 8(1) of the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act. The committees are expected to forthwith jointly commence the vetting process of the nominee, ensuring that the committees notify the candidate and the public of the time and place for holding the approval hearing in accordance with Standing Order 772 of the Senate and the corresponding Standing Order of the National Assembly. Kindly be guided. I've got a further communication to make. As Honourable Senators may recall, at the sitting of the Senate held on the 28th May 2024, the Senate adopted the second report of the Procedure and Rules Committee on the review of the Standing Orders of the Senate. The amendments relate to the interpretation of terms, quorum of the Senate during the